Hello folks, and welcome to Budget Gaming, where gaming on a shoestring budget isn't just a concept, it is a lifestyle. Now today we're going to discuss about some recent news that I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of, and it is regarding the new Activision matchmaking algorithm. So this information was provided by the Rolling Stones. They're the ones who initially discovered it. I will leave a link in the description on where to see this information for yourself. Now, the gist of it is, over the past few years, we have had a matchmaking system based on skill, on things from like internet connection to ranking, which is all pretty normal in most games matchmaking systems. But this information that got revealed was to a patent filed in 2015, which was around the time of the Advanced Warfare system, which implemented Call of Duty's supply drops. Now, the gist of the breakdown is this new matchmaking system will take new players or less skilled players and pit them against other more experienced players depending on the type of microtransactions they purchased. This is quite a bit of a shock. I mean, over the past few years, we have seen a very high increase. It's now billions people have spent on Call of Duty supply drop. So essentially what the system will do is it takes this newer player who doesn't really have any base guns or a lot of DLC weapons, and then pits them against a more skilled player that has these weapons. Now this system also, actually, for a good example, in the actual patent itself, it mentioned a sniper rifle. So we use that as an example. So the new player likes to use a sniper rifle. And it's decent at it, not the best in the world or anything like that, just an average Joe. It will put them into a match with, say, a professional. Now, this doesn't have to be like an actual professional player, just simply someone who has a lot of skill that is extremely skilled in sniper rifles. Now this person is using a special variant, and now the variants can change damage, range, accuracy, stuff like that. That provides a balance to different gun types. Problem is, you can only get this gun out of a game of chance known as a supply drop. So the new player is put at a disadvantage, being put against not only a better sniper than themselves, but also someone who has experience using this new weapon. All fine and dandy. I mean, if you think about it, it gets them exposure for the weapon. Problem is, it puts them at a massive disadvantage if they are not the type of person who buys a lot of supply drop. So not only does this new system encourage the new person to buy supply drops, it will continue to put them at a disadvantage throughout the course of their gameplay. Now, so let's say, for example, this new player buys a loot box and gets a sniper rifle that they want. The game will then put them into a match that favors other sniper rifles. So the maps are going to be encoded with types of elements that lets them know which map is better for what. They will also be put into a match with less experienced players simply to get them the satisfaction that their purchase was worth it. That's it. To make them feel like their purchase was worth it. Now, every time someone makes a purchase like that, or buys, that is consistently reinforcing that the loot drop system works. For example, over the past few Call of Duties, Advanced Warfare had supply drops that dropped randomly throughout a match. Black Ops 3 had a key-based system where you earned keys you could purchase to get regular or rare supply drops. Infinite Warfare did the same thing, but initiated a salvage system that allows the player to physically buy the weapons leading up to the one that they want. And the small problem is, in order to get the salvage, to even purchase the weapon, you have to get it through loot boxes. Now, the loot box in amongst itself and using Infinite Warfare as an example, has thousands of camouflages. Not just weapons, but camouflages. Then it has emblems to decorate your player card. It has calling cards for your player bio as well. To top it off, it has common weapons, rare, each one with a different drop rate. So the chances of you getting the weapon that you really want are slim to none. Now, some people have amazing luck, which is that's great for them. But the new system that is being developed, actually, it hasn't been developed. It is copyrighted. So Activision alone has the control of it for now. Now, it's not in any of their up-and-coming games, so they say. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy now, get the tinfoil out. But this essentially funnels individuals into having to purchase supply drop weapons, or they're going to be put at a severe disadvantage almost. Now, it doesn't say whether it's going to be every match, but basically 90% of the time they're going to be put at a severe disadvantage during their matchmaking, simply because the game is using other players, like yourself, myself, or whoever, your friends, using them as literal advertisements. Now, it sounds pretty scummy, and it is. I can honestly say myself, I have unfortunately fallen victim to purchasing mass amounts of supply drops. I've spent upwards of a couple thousand now, between Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, some Destiny purchases. All this stuff combines together, and it's showing that there's a vast majority that does not have a loot box problem, but there is a minority that they base their purchases off of. Now, for example, I'm going to use the NV4 flatline. Now, the flatline in this game has infinite damage range, so meaning you have the most amount of damage over an extended range. Now, I can honestly say I was influenced by playing against other people who were beating me with that weapon, which made me get frustrated and want that weapon even more. I spent probably a good solid month farming out keys to buy supply drops to earn the salvage, which is that small gear icon up at the top of right above where it says anvil. That is what you use to buy weapons. Now, I didn't have the weapons before that unlocked, so I had to pay $100 for, I apologize, 100 salvage for common, 500 for rare, 2,000 for legendary, and then 4,000 for the epic. Now, this goes for all weapons. You can get it out of a supply drop, but as you can see here, this list is camouflages, and there's one for every weapon category. So, someone did the math. If I remember, I'll link the description of the video, but they calculated that there's close to 3,000 objects inside this loot pool. And the loot pool itself is not just, it also has like the emblems and calling cards, as I mentioned earlier. So there's a pretty good chance you're not going to get the weapon that you want. And it's using the Ball 27 Obsidian Steed. It was a weapon variant from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare that put people to an unfair advantage. Now, there's nothing wrong with someone wanting, they work during the day, they don't have hundreds of hours a week to spend on a video game. That's fine. It is your right to wish to purchase supply drops, or to purchase like 24-hour boosts, stuff like that. That stuff's not bad. It's when they essentially use us and everybody and every player as an advertisement is where it gets to be a problem, because that means in the future they'll be able to manipulate their sales. They'll be able to manipulate new weapons. And this actually came from, now this information came from the head of Sledgehammer Games. He was interviewed, because people were concerned about supply drops. And he said every supply drop is going to be cosmetic only. More specifically, guns are cosmetic only in Call of Duty World War II. It was discovered that we were essentially manipulated. It was informed from another developer within that studio. Supply drops are cosmetic only at launch. Right, at launch. Which means they're going to have a line of weapons ready to ship out as soon as the game is past the... there's an initial phase after a game is released that they don't do any updates aside from day one bugs or patches. Essentially to lure more people in thinking that's going to be cosmetic only, when in fact it's going to be DLC guns. Not in the first day, not in the first week, but they will be shortly after. Now, back to the matchmaking. This system has not been implemented into any game as of yet, but knowing since it's $1 billion industry selling in-game weapons, for Call of Duty alone, this is going to... It's confirmed it's going to work. It is going to work on players to increase their purchases and spending. Now, true, Battlefield, the Battlefield series has had better weapons locked behind a challenge, still done on a new map, but you can get it for free. Battlefield has a more or less event going on that you could get the new weapons for free simply by playing. This is all fine and well, but as long as this new system doesn't get implemented within the next few years, as long as people say, basically to stand up and say, do not make our matchmaking based on our purchases. It will help keep the games more fair, let everyone have fun. It will also keep people from wanting to, stay clear of that game for, fear of extra, money that they're going to have to spend. Aside from that, folks, thank you very much for watching. Everything was recorded on Xbox Live Studio. If you enjoy it, leave any comments or suggestions about up and coming videos down below, and enjoy your weekend.